5. The homies aren't here. There's Zachariah. God bless him making it back. Computer had a little snafu a couple seconds ago. Jay
You know
Lou's
how we
family
do,
got
man.
the
Look.
norovirus, so he's got
Yep.
daddy duties. His wife's struggling in bed, throwing up, kids having a hard time. So there's a lot of Lucas just family struggles. So we got daddy taking care of the family. That's what we do as Humm Daddies when needed. Zachariah, whatever you did to restart your computer, you were beautiful 3 minutes ago. Everything was pristine and perfect. Oh, we're getting you. We're back to what you were. So I like it. Start us off, kiddo.
Well, first of all, this is like the new shtick. You know what I'm saying? I come in like a minute or two late. You know what I mean? Slight way computer struggles over here. Yeah. Shout out to look, man. The norovirus is no joke. I've heard that mentioned. Now, I've not specifically suffered from it. I know that it can spread through families, especially if you have young kids and whatnot. So, Jay Lou, the last time we saw you when we did our remote show for the conference games, we had you quarantined because you were on struggle mode. And now apparently not you, but your family is on struggle mode with that. I hope you guys all heal up real quick. That stuff is no joke. So yeah, I mean, I again, Art, I don't know if you've had that in your family at all or whatever, but like I've definitely heard about it.
Yeah, no, I've heard about it, but I have not, I don't think, had it, fortunately. So I'm not gonna
suffered from it. Yeah, none of the kids, nothing like that.
All
right, anyways, just to peel the curtain back a little bit as we do our show. First of all, welcome on in. This is Heat Check episode what are we on? 5, Art?
5. We're on 5, baby.
Episode 5. Under the Humm Daddies umbrella, of course. They didn't do their show Thursday, but they did a recap of the 49ers documentary that Tom Brady narrated. So make sure you go check that out. Humm Daddies on all the social platforms and whatnot. I was able to get out to the Super Bowl scene with Jay Lou. Now, I feel like as a collective group, under the Humm Daddies, we didn't necessarily do the best job, Art, because I saw a lot of things, a lot of people. There was a lot of things that we probably should have taken advantage of that we didn't, but that's okay. Me and Jay Lou did our best. I met Art's boy. As we know, Art is the resident Chiefs fan, and I happened to randomly, this was not planned, wear a Cal Christmas sweater out to the festivities, and we got to meet Tony Gonzalez. Jake met with Kirk Herbstreit. Let's see. Then we did the.
Why was that dude like? Why was he like indoors at really, really packed events with a golden retriever everywhere? I mean, I shouldn't hate on that. A lot of people got their service dogs. They need their service dogs, so maybe he got like anxiety.
Yeah, he's a big. Okay, so if the listeners out there don't know exactly what we're talking about, Kirk Herbstreit, who not only does college game day for college football and calls the major college game of the week, he also does Thursday night football on Amazon with Al Michaels. And yeah, he's just a huge, I mean, there's no other way to describe it, Art. His last dog just passed. He only gets golden retrievers. His last dog just passed, and he goes everywhere with them. So, like, there's literally shots of him.
So he's questionable at best.
I mean, you can't. Can you really judge a guy for like loving having his dog companion around him?
Questionable at best.
Well, I mean,
look, we're going with. Questionable at best.
Your wife's not there. Your kid's not there. Your parents aren't there. It's just you. You're on the road. You're traveling all the time, and so he likes having his dog with him. I mean, would it be something that I would do? No, but I'm not going to knock it. Can you really knock a dog situation? You can't.
You can't knock a dog situation?
I mean, look, I think that some people exaggerate it and say that it's an emotional support dog when it's not oftentimes, and they just want to bring their dog or whatever. But I mean, I think it's probably true that, like, yeah, some people rely on their dog or their cat or
time out.
Whatever.
I'm with that. Sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm with that part. That's why I mentioned earlier, like if it's for anxiety, if it is sort of like a mental health support, emotional support dog, I'm all for it because you know me, I'm not about to rain on anybody's sort of parade.
Agreed. But don't you think that
you're just sort of oddly bringing your dog around everywhere because you're like insecure about your dog's life and your dog needs to be living all the dream? Like then I'm a little bit like, bro, you're tripping. Like you need to just let the dog chill out in the yard today. You need to go hit San Francisco. And if you're at the house, I mean, is he single? Maybe he's single. He's got nobody.
No. He's married with kids, but he was on the road, so there's no house for him.
Even worse. married with kids. The dog's at home with the kids, man. What do you mean?
It's just, look, man.
Well, it's emotional support. Emotional support.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Here's my final point on it, and then we can move on. My guess is that he would not be going to the lengths in which he's gone to unless it was specifically a very, I don't know about serious, but definitely an emotional support situation.
Yeah.
But yes, he had his last dog and he took that dog everywhere. I don't know if it's a he or she or whatever.
Yeah. I don't mean to hate on that at all. I'm all about that. And I know people who use emotional support dogs. I'm all about it. Sorry for moving off the screen. I'm 100% with that. I was just more laughing about sort of the overzealous dog owner, and I know many of them do funny things with their dogs, and that was more where my head was at, because Kirky Boy was looking a little awkward in some of those pictures I saw. Kirky Boy was out here doing his best, but he had a golden retriever.
Yeah, because he's restraining his dog. Yeah, but here's what I'm saying. I don't think you go to those lengths unless you absolutely have to do it. I don't think you do it in the way where you and I could joke about it and say that it's a joke for him doing it. I think he probably has to do it.
So that's my guess. I'm gonna step back a little.
Well, what's funny is that Jake took a picture with him, and I actually love that guy and admire him because I think he's good at college football and the NFL. But I purposely didn't go up to him because of the dog, which is funny. But anyways, Tony G absolutely loved the cow sweater. I gave him the reminder. I talked to him about like his decision between doing basketball and football, because from my time rooting for Cal, like obviously well before I went there, I remember him being a better basketball, like a power forward. Obviously, he had one of the best careers you could have as a tight end, so he made the right decision. So I talked about that briefly, and then I reminded him that, yes, we are now once again the #1 public university in the world. So anyways, that was fun. And then we just roamed around. There's tons of people just pretty much everywhere. Like I said, if the Humm Daddies were not daddies and didn't have jobs and weren't married, we probably could have really crushed San Francisco because everybody was in a good mood. Everybody was willing to at least give you like a minute to do like a quick interview. So I feel like we didn't totally capitalize on it, but we did end up going to Mike Ditka's cigars party. It's called Gridiron Greats. Now, Ditka, unfortunately, is not healthy enough to have attended, but we saw Mike Golick from Golick and Golick, or Mike and Mike, or whatever, they did ESPN mornings for, 2 decades, and Brian Urlacher, which was a hoot. I missed out on a couple of guys, Lynn Swan and RG3, but ultimately, we had a good time out there. Anyways, to pull the curtain back a little bit, talking with my bestie Artie pre-show, he was like, well, he brought up the Warriors, which we're going to get into, and I cannot wait for Art's takes on that. We've already seen his takes on Kuminga.
We're not too big. Let's not get too excited about these takes, but okay.
Well, I'm excited. Anyways, I was just surprised because I said, well, we're going to talk about the Super Bowl. And you were like, yeah, I got maybe 30 seconds for you on that. So I can meander, Art, if you don't have a ton of takes. But I think, okay, was it an exciting Super Bowl? No. Now, okay, just to let the people know, I watched it at your house, and there was kids running around, and there was a few adults, and we had some beverages and ate good food or whatever. Was it like totally gripping in terms of the actual play? No, but I don't think it was a boring Super Bowl. Like, for instance, if you juxtapose it to when the Patriots beat the Rams 13-3 or whatever, that was a boring ass Super Bowl. This was not like the highest played level where like you were wowed by the football that you were watching. I still found it to be an intriguing Super Bowl.
Yeah, I mean, okay, before we get into the Super Bowl, I'm going to go a little bit flag on you for an earlier comment.
Okay.
We're going to get into the Super Bowl.
What did I do now?
When a flag has to be thrown, a flag has to be thrown, right? And I just want to throw you a little flag. And if anyone's out there on the chat, or if anyone has an opinion on this, the whole Tony G having like a real decision, basketball or football. No, the guy was an all Pac-10 tight end his last year at Cal, and he was just a role player that played about 15, 20 minutes a game as a basketball player, never averaged double-digit scoring, had a couple good games in the tournament. Of course it's true. I mean, Tony Gonzalez was a football player first, basketball player second. He had accolades as a tight end, and he was just a dude as a power forward. He was a great dude. He had his moments, don't get me wrong, as the California Golden Bear power forward. And I believe he might have been playing with the likes of like a Randy Duck, maybe with a Anwar McLean, but he might have been a little after that. Okay. But I just want to give that little flag. It wasn't some huge decision. The guy was going to be a tight end for sure.
No, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay. So I just wanted to clear that up as a
Tony Gonzalez. I just remember him as part of Jason Kidd, Lamont Murray. I thought that he was that point. Okay. And no, you're right though. The average numbers are bad. 6.4 points, 4.3 rebounds. Okay, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, I remembered him way more. And I guess more to the point is in football, you have a much less likely route to having a long career versus basketball and guaranteed money and stuff like that. The flag is totally warranted. I'll even take a 15 banger on that because I didn't realize the numbers were that bad. Yeah, that's on me.
But I do want to jog your memory again before going in, and I think it might be why you said it. He did, and we can't do the research right now. We're not going to bore everyone going on Google, but I do think he might have had a memorable game or two.
A good tourney run. Yeah.
He might have really stepped his game up or something.
That's probably what's We're also talking. I was like 10 years old. Anyway,
so I'm guessing there's something like that went down.
Okay, so back to the bowl.
Back to the bowl. You know, you want to be favorable and sort of make everybody feel like it was a pretty good game. That's fine. Okay. But like what we saw was probably the worst performance from a quarterback that I can remember in a Super Bowl. And we've seen some bad ones. I mean, it had us looking up Kerry Collins' game. And so we know we can name one worse because Kerry Collins, I believe you put out the stats. I believe Kerry Collins as a New York Giant after getting 14 for 39, 122 yards and 4 picks. That's what I recall you said. So, yeah, that game was probably worse than Drake May's. But talk about seeing ghosts. Drake May couldn't function. Mike Vrabel didn't think he could function. Didn't let him try to function. And then when he started chucking, even at the end of the game, he starts feeling himself a little. But then you realize it was pure luck. He just started throwing Hail Marys even when they're kind of in it. I mean, it was awful. So the moment really, really, really got ahead of poor Drake May. I'm actually really excited to watch him next year because now he went through with part of the season where I think he had most NFL fans thinking, wow, right? He had those games where 80% completion percentage, 250 yards, a couple touchdowns running. He was lighting up the league. But now we're remembering they play terrible opponents. And then when it came down to the come down, he got just absolutely spanked. And the team was just awful. And so I was disappointed. I thought it was a pretty bad Super Bowl. I thought the Seahawks deserved to win, but the Seahawks didn't even play very well. I mean, I guess they played smart. They knew. It's almost like they could see they had a scared opponent. They could see they didn't need to score that big. Darnold, for that reason, played a hell of a game, I guess. He played a very average game, but he certainly didn't try to do anything more than he needed to do. So, yeah, my opinion of the bowl was it was kind of boring. I enjoyed hosting. My son had a wonderful time. I wanted him to have a good experience. I enjoyed the wings. I thought my wings were delicious. I enjoyed my wings. So, yeah, I mean, it was a fun day.
You didn't even get the wings that you wanted.
I didn't, but I doctored the hell out of them, and I really enjoyed them.
No, they were great. No, hey, I'm not knocking at all. I just remember you saying the first place I went, and until they become sponsors.
Well, so Costco, they ran out.
No, hang on. We don't say it by name until they're a sponsor. Oh. Anyways, yeah.
The store ran out.
The first place you went didn't have it. Yeah.
And then the first place I went, and then Santa Barbara 15 says Zachariah in the chat.
What's popping?
And I found a prepackaged one, right? And I don't normally make sort of hot wings, especially on the barbecue. So I was like, but I really wanted wings, and I was like, all right, we can work with some prepackaged. So then I doctored it up, put some tequila lime seasoning on it, put some olive oil on that, put a little bit of lemon juice on there, a little bit of pepper, and we went to work, and that I really enjoyed them wings. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
really supposed to compliment the chef.
You did a great job.
Yeah, like
compliments to the chef. I ate the hell out of them, and I'm not even a huge foodie guy. They were great. I just remember you telling me initially before you started cooking them, you were like the first place didn't have them, second place had them. Then I didn't think you had them at all, so I didn't know what we were working with. And then people had burgers and hot dogs after that. What was also hilarious, and we'll get back to the bowl in a second because you touched on some things that I think need further touching on, if you will. What was hilarious was just kind of probably what. And we talked about this last week. Super Bowl didn't have a ton of buzz because, like, whatever. There was not like a bunch of it wasn't like Patrick Mahomes. It wasn't, Josh Allen. It wasn't Lamar Jackson. It wasn't like even Matthew Stafford. Like, you had Darnold who went on this journey. But I say all this to say, in the Bay Area specifically, and like when I was out there in downtown San Francisco, basically like at your house for the party, you had one kid that had a Patriots jersey on, and his whole reasoning was, I just hate the Seahawks because I'm a Niners fan, so I'm rooting for the Patriots. And
his sister loved Tom Brady, his older sister, so he just happened to have a Tom Brady jersey. It was not his jersey, so he didn't even have it.
I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
I didn't hear that part. Yeah. But anyways, the point is the whole Bay was basically confused because like, nobody likes the Patriots, and you and I talked about this earlier on the phone. They ruined the Dolphins have not won a playoff game since 2000, okay? That is 26 years that they have ruined my life. So I hate the Patriots because they're in the Dolphins division. But I think most people that like any other team hate the Patriots because nobody likes a team that wins all the time. It's like the Yankees back when they would buy everybody, right? So like, you can't root for the Patriots, but then if you're a Niners fan, you can't root for the Seahawks either because they're in your division and you hate the Seahawks. Anyways, welcome J. Lou. Hello,
hey,
Jordy Bean.
Did you just put your pants?
There with that Noro?
Did you just put your pants? Zach, I was unable to relay Jake's chat. I don't know if you've opened the chat. You should open the chat so you can respond to it. We got Parker on the chat. We got Coop on the chat. But Jordy just shit his pants. I mean, just yacked. And Mila can't eat. So Jake wasn't supposed to be back until at earliest 8 p.m. He decided to join with Jordy with shit in his pants or freshly clean. We're not sure.
Okay.
But he could just be fitting in shit. But I'm assuming he's not.
All righty.
Jordy, let's hear you.
Keep talking. Keep talking.
Not Jordy. I thought it was Jordy.
Well then, okay, but here's the thing, Jake. Don't join the whole thing if you're not ready to talk. Anyways, Art, back to the actual game. How many players are on one side of the field in any football scenario?
11, I think, because I can't even concentrate. Elliot's just telling us he shit his pants too. Said makes 2 of us, Jordy. So, Elliot, I don't know if the weekend's still talking to you, if your stomach's turning from a big Saturday night. I'm sorry, I missed you boys. I thought you guys were going to party into the night. Man, I can't believe I missed you boys.
Look,
but
we're okay. This is the Jordy show.
All right.
Okay.
I'll be right back.
All right. Yeah. Anyways, Art, there's 11 players on the field. You're correct. That's why it's called the All 22 when you watch it from both sides. How many defensive players do you think touched Drake May?
How many defensive players touched Drake May? How many defensive players touched Drake May? Touched him. Is it going to be a lot or is it going to be a little? I would think it's a lot. But no,
I feel like you're going to overbid. You have to remember, the only people that are usually touching them are the.
No, I don't even know that many people touched him. He was so pathetic all day. He was just scared. I mean, yeah.
No, but he was getting sacked.
Yeah, I know, pathetically, but these are the same guys, presumably. Yeah, I mean, under 10, I'm guessing 10, 8, 7, 6. I don't know. How many? Let me hear it.
The number was supposed to be high, but you ruined it. It was 7.
No, that makes sense to me. I mean, the guy barely played football. What do you mean? He couldn't get hit that much. The guy was either getting sacked or throwing scared. He didn't do anything.
I know, but He got sacked a ton, though. And think about a football game. In a football game, the only guys that are touching you if you're a quarterback are the edge rushers or maybe a linebacker or maybe if they do like a random blitz with a corner. But you're not getting hit by
seven. Seven's about what you would expect. Quarterback shouldn't get
no. Go. Okay, I don't know what the average is, but you could probably look up the average.
You think that's high or low?
Hell of high.
Why is that high? You take 4 sacks. You sneak 3 times. I mean, the guy sneaks, he gets tackled by the safety, by the linebacker. That's not that high.
The only people that are touching you in football, if you're a quarterback, are the edge rushers, maybe a linebacker, and maybe a safety or a corner off a blitz.
Well, and you got Jeff Epstein, you got Bill Gates there, you got Woody Allen. I mean, those are also touchers.
Jake came in like a hurricane, huh? Anyways.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
Yeah.
Miley looks pretty good in that video, wouldn't you say?
She's got Nositol. Nothing, man. Jake just came in and just is wrecking shop.
Hey,
and that's fine.
Take care of your kids, please.
My kids now are finally at my wife's feet at our bed. I had a commercial that I worked today. I had to pick up my daughter.
Buddy? What was it for? What was it for?
You should just go help your family out. You've really struggled in this early part of the show. Your family.
What was your commercial? What was your commercial for?
I signed an NDA, but it was for a major establishment that sucks.
Charmin sauce is what I hear.
Did you have a better or a worse performance than your car commercial? It was just generic. Wait for my mental health commercial that I showed you screenshots of. That's the one that's gonna get you. That's where I got lines. I'm depressed and I'm happy. I'm channeling Danny. And Danny, by the way, how's this feel right now? Oh yeah, Danny, tell me how our bleeps taste.
Hey, Dan, tell me how my taste. Yeah,
100. Anyways,
continue.
Back to the bowl art. The reason why I found it not so boring, again, comparing it to when the Patriots beat the Rams 13-3, that game literally was a snoozer. This game was intriguing because while we were watching it, and even you, Art, while you were grilling up those delicious wings, you would pop in and see the Pats run for like 4 yards and go, oh, we might have a game. And it was a bunch of field goals. Like we were talking about whether or not the kicker should have got the MVP. Running back got the MVP, Kenneth Walker, but the point is, it was never really a blowout until that pick six. That's when it was like, bye-bye.
Yeah, it was like a slow burn, reminding you just how bad every team in the AFC was this year. It was just like slowly reminding you how freaking bad. And you just wonder, how could the Chiefs not beat these teams? How did Josh Allen let it slip through his fingers?
Why are the Chiefs coming into this convo at all?
What do you think? Because it was a year that shouldn't have happened. We had to watch absolute garbage AFC playoffs football, and it just made you think, what a weird year. None of the good teams were good, and the teams that pretended they were good showed what we talked about all year. They weren't good.
Well, let me tell you what it reminded me of. It was exactly the same as the last game, regular season game of the year for the Niners and the Seahawks, because the Seahawks dominated, but the Niners kept bending but not breaking and holding them to field goals. And so you're like, okay, they're still in it. They're still in it. They're still in it. And then, but they're being dominated all the while. And that's what was happening to the Patriots. But then Drake May, who I think is worse than Brock Purdy, in my humble opinion, just looked like ass. He looked terrible. He held onto the ball way too long. The play calling was horrible. From Patriots fans, I heard McDaniels has just not really had his finger on the pulse of the team for the last 6 weeks. And you could tell. I thought Flannery, who's made that ridiculous 85 Bears claim, was onto something with what he said. He was like, run Travion to the outside and then pass down the seam.
Hey, before we get going too much further, Zach, let me jump in because I'm on the host or something on this Humm Daddies because Jake's family was having a crisis. Jake, I have a message, and it has been up for a little while, so this could be a problem, but probably post-show, that you are recording a new track. Because you changed devices. So you started recording on a new track. So I don't know what that's going to mean when we're done, but you're on a new track. So there's
we're
tracks.
good, bro. We're good.
Okay, wonderful.
Yeah.
Billy, bring us back.
You guys,
you just interrupted like some actual analytical thought with absolute nonsense, Artie. Absolute nonsense.
Number one.
What you do?
Number one, I think there was multiple times where you saw the Super Bowl winner get decided. Now, I've said this ad nauseum about not really even being able to properly judge the Niners on this year based on injuries. And we've talked about whatever, the plant that's next door and whether or not that's causing the injuries. That shit was all over the Super Bowl. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff that goes into that. But that last game in Levi's, when the Seahawks went in there and won that low-scoring affair to give them the bye and home field advantage throughout, was huge. That stupid-ass two-point conversion where, was it not Walker? Who's the guy that got hurt?
Charbonnet.
Yeah, picked up the conversion and didn't even know he was doing it. That ended up resulting in a two-point conversion, which also swung the home field advantage from the Rams. And the Rams just pretty much really choking down the stretch in the regular season, losing bad games that they shouldn't have lost. Anyways, that whole shit, the whole Super Bowl winner was within the NFC West. And I talked about this last week when I said, is there any question that the NFC West is the best division in ball? They had 3 of the final 4 in the playoffs. Then they had 2. Yeah. And then Jake ruined it all, just like he did right there by bringing up the dumpster fire that is the Cardinals, as he drafted all Cardinals on his fantasy team and had that go for you. Anyways, 3 of the final 4, 2 of the final 2. And like, I was talking with Aunt Milwaukee at Artie's house when we were watching the Super Bowl that Jake couldn't go to because his whole house is being quarantined for neurovirus. But Aunt told me, and I haven't even seen this. He couldn't find it on Google, so it might be a lie. But apparently there's audio of Stafford yelling in the visitors' locker room, yelling. This was the bleeping Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is going to be a cakewalk for them. Basically saying, like, if we had just won that game, we were going to win the Super Bowl. Because everybody, it's been well documented how much of a joke the Patriots route was. Like, whatever performance the hell that you saw at a CJ Stroud, then you're dealing with a backup quarterback in Denver. It was well documented. So they knew that was the Super Bowl. And that's what it ended up being. I mean, it was a beatdown. Again, I don't think it was super boring because there was so many field goals and there was like, if the Patriots can do anything, they can get back in it. Until the pick 6, I thought it was an entertaining game.
I'll take that if Art is too busy thinking about Patrick Mahomes right now.
No, I'm just chatting with our people. I know you all like
not
to.
A boy, Art. Yeah.
You know,
we all got to
ignore our fans.
Anyways,
I'm not seeing
Forget
it
about our fans. But
to Art's point, Jake, like, who do you think is regretting right now more? Is it Minnesota for being like, we're going to roll with JJ and we're going to let Sam walk? Is it Buffalo for Josh Allen finally not having Patty Mahomes, Joe Burrow, or Lamar Jackson? Is it the Rams?
It's the Rams. The Rams were the better team, in my opinion, for most of the year. And then when we were live doing Thursday Night Live, and we thought they just walked it off because we don't know the rules anymore of overtime.
Yeah. Well, who does?
And they ended up losing that game. I was like, whoa. The Rams put up an average of like 30 points on the Seahawks this year.
Jake, to your point, the Rams were the only team to make that Seahawks. Like, we made the joke about Joey Flannery saying that the Seahawks defense is the 85 Bears or whatever, but the Rams were the only team to make that defense look human.
No, I disagree. I watched every play of Phillip Rivers' first game back in the NFL on the Colts, and they actually picked apart the Seahawks, but couldn't punch it in. Like, they were moving the ball all game. They were actually dominating time of possession.
Right? That's bend, don't break, right?
Right. But then teams, the Seahawks also, it's a weird dynamic because teams D's who play the Seahawks bend but don't break because Sam Darnold isn't a threat in the red zone. So it goes both ways. But I saw the Colts pick them apart, dude. And I just wanted Shanahan to take that model and try it. But, of course, he didn't.
You got so much energy around this. So odd. You really feel strongly about
The
this.
Seahawks just won their second Super Bowl since the last Niners won in our house.
Got nothing to do with it. And then who cares if it's in your house? Who cares? It's a Super Bowl.
No.
Doesn't matter
It's
where
no
they
sports,
play the game.
buddy. Have you ever watched
It doesn't matter where they ask Niners fans if you're a moron if you care where the game was played. You're playing a football game in a stadium. It doesn't matter what stadium you're playing at. The Niners had their chance. They choked it away. They couldn't beat the good teams, and they didn't win. Man, get over it. Why are you so energized about Seahawks and Rams, man? Nobody cares.
This is what kills me and Jake about you.
No, Harry Bear's in the biggest Niners fan ever. He's all over ripping people who care about, the game was in San Francisco.
Can you let me finish?
Yeah.
This is the difference between me and Jake and you. Me and Jake still have, when we were kids, why we like sports, the competitive nature. You're out of your bleeping mind if you don't think that it was a bigger deal that the bleeping Seahawks won that in the Niners stadium. The Seahawks players talked about it. They said that they put Seahawks logos over the locker room because that's what sports is about.
Yeah, what do you care about? What do you care about? Stadium you're in, man. It doesn't. I'm just telling you, it doesn't matter what stadium you're in.
Jake, it's the same.
You're playing a game. You're going to play a Super Bowl in a stadium. It doesn't matter where you play the game.
It's the same reason why Artie didn't want the KD Warriors to win the championship.
Oh, it's not the same reason. It's two totally different things. You guys are actually no.
He's grown up.
It's stupid.
Okay.
I bet Tom Brady cared because if you watch that Niners talk, Tom Brady is a huge Niners fan.
Tom Brady go get some more Botox, get another facelift, weirdo.
He just lost weight and he
lose weight. He's a weirdo.
He does a lot of
weirdo.
No, Jake, he's gotten so much work done. It's not even funny.
And anyway, what's the difference with the Rams?
He's already gotten done.
What do you mean? What work has Brady gotten done? He doesn't even look anything like himself.
He looked just like that when he was a rookie.
Looks like a character of himself. He looks like somebody drew him. He looks like somebody who went to an amusement park and somebody drew him. And he was like, you better make me good looking. You better lift my face and you better make me thin.
Caricature.
You guys are tripping. He's been looking like that for years and years and years.
No, yeah, he hasn't.
After he went the TB12 way.
You're so ridiculous. I don't know what you did pregame to come onto this show. First off, your alternative of the Seahawks was the Rams winning in Niner Stadium. So either way,
that would have been horrible. That's not my alternative.
Either way, they were going to win in your stadium. Oh, we're hosting the fucking Super Bowl. It's such a big deal. Nobody cares. You're hosting the Super Bowl.
All right, Art, hang on. Art, you're a hardcore Chiefs fan. What if the Raiders won a Super Bowl in the Chiefs Stadium?
I'd be disgusted they won the Super Bowl, not because they did it in Arrowhead.
Okay. Well, it's a bigger deal. It's on your turf. Anyways, the Seahawks, the only team ever to go throughout the entirety of the playoffs without a turnover, which is also crazy because Sam Darnold led the league in turnovers between fumbles and interceptions.
Sammy Boy made $4 million incentives.
Well, yeah, we were going to get to that taxes talk, but we probably won't touch that. Anyways, crazy because look, let me put it like this. How many quarterbacks? I was trying to figure out a clever way to phrase this. How many quarterbacks in the NFL do you think would have won the Super Bowl on the Seahawks team? Because I don't think this was because of Darnold. He did well against the Rams, and I'm not trying to diminish his story. He's the first quarterback ever, by the way, to win his first title with the 5th team. He was what? He went Jets, he went Panthers, he went Niners, he went Vikings, and then he went Seahawks. Yeah. First quarterback to ever do that. Not trying to knock that. But how many quarterbacks win the Super Bowl with that team? Because I will say this as a pathetic and depressed Dolphins fan, I think Tua wins the title on that Seahawks team. I damn sure think Purdy does. Obviously, Patrick Mahomes does. Like, what quarterbacks are we getting to where we're saying they would not have won that title?
I'd say it's in the low 20s. I'd say like
conversation again. These are the stupidest conversations. This is terrible. You're denigrating Sam Darnold right now. That's the take.
The defense is the star of the Seahawks. That's all he's saying. You damn idiot.
Darnold, he didn't say that. He didn't say a word about the defense. He's just out here talking shit about Darnold.
No, because because the defense. They kicked 5 field goals before they scored it. They didn't score a touchdown until the 4th quarter. It was all the defense and special teams. So yes.
Do you even like sports?
Back to the chat. Elliot says Dak and Jake want to act like protecting the house is such a big deal. Maybe the Niners head coach shouldn't be putting on a suit and putting on his analyst hat during a national broadcast. Huh?
I agree.
He shouldn't be having his thing off. So the coach can do it, but oh shit, we can't even have. No, exactly. Thank you, Elliot. God, thank you, Cooper. Let's have another poll.
What's the point? What was
that's my thoughts exactly.
The point is, it doesn't matter. At that point, it doesn't matter where the game is.
What matters to you? What matters to you? Does anything matter?
Of course. Who wins? The Seahawks won the game. They're the champion. They won the Super Bowl. God bless them. They had a great defense. 85 Bears, right? Joe will tell you. 85 Bears. We watched them reincarnate.
By the way, we're like 30 minutes overtime already, so we're probably not going to get to any of what our show sheet says. But I know. Artie, by the way, congratulations to you, because the end of the football season is like, it should be like New Year's Eve for you, because all we're going to be doing now is doing the nonsense that you'd rather our show be rather than talking about sports.
I love NFL. What do you mean?
No,
I love NFL.
No, but you hate when we do a show about sports. You want to ramble about nonsense. You're going to get a ton of nonsense because you realize that half of the industry in sports broadcasting is now on vacation. Once Super Bowl ends, nobody does shows until whatever, like 3 months.
Tell them not to come back. We don't need them.
We're going to get a lot of nonsense. Anyways, back to the actual game. Do you think anything had to do with Drake May supposedly having like a shoulder thing that he might have surgery on?
No.
Okay.
That was so terrible too. Every
shot.
Yeah, the shot. What a leak. Oh yeah, let me make sure everybody knows he wasn't healthy in that Super Bowl. Of course, you're going to find out about a shot after you play that bad.
Yeah, guess what?
He had a shot.
Joe Montana played games with a broken spine. Steve Young played games with broken ribs. Tom Brady played the undefeated Super Bowl, which he lost with a torn ACL. Give me a break.
I don't even think he got a shot. I think he just took a shot because he was scared. He said, give me a shot so that after this game, if I fucking play bad, I can tell everyone I took a shot because my shoulder's
Watch the F-bombs, and this is going to be the rare case where I disagree with both of you. There's no way that thing was brought up. It was brought up prior to the shot. It was talked about in the 2 weeks leading up to the Super Bowl that he had a shoulder issue that he suffered in the AFC Championship game. Okay.
Well, he looked like shit before that.
Well, he had a terrible playoff. He had the most turnovers of any quarterback ever in a playoff run. Okay, I got all that. I'm just saying, you don't think that factored into it?
No.
He made some money throws. Why? How did those happen? You know, but you don't hold on to the ball forever because you have a shot in your shoulder.
Also, Vrabel called a scared game. He called a game that reminded me of the
McDaniels
game.
Hang on, Artie. Back up. Don't say Vrabel.
Say the offense. All right. Well, then you better go get in you're running the show. It all goes up to the top to me. I've been praising Vrabel.
Artie, you say McDaniels. He's the offensive coordinator.
No, you go talk to McDaniels.
And I agree with you. No,
talk to him.
First of all, you were making a point that I agree with. I think McDaniels called a terrible game.
Yes.
But you can't put that on Vrabel. Vrabel's the defensive guy, Art.
Vrabel's D looked good for most
people. I know, but I don't care. If you run the show, I'm going to hold you accountable.
Good. They look great, Jake. They held him to field goals the whole game.
Kept them in it.
I love Vrabel.
And the Patriots kept going 3 and out.
What do you do?
No completions. No actual effective run plays. It was so frustrating to watch. Anyone new who's watched football this year, give the ball to Henderson. Give the ball to Hunter Henry. Give the ball to Mac Hollins. Come on.
Do anything. Also, the offensive line, who I felt terrible for, because everybody said this, and I've heard this from GMs and people, scouts, all this stuff. If you can, this is the quote that everybody says, and my chickadee hates when I say this is the quote or whatever. But when I use that voice, the point is, if you can get pressure with 4, the game's over. And think about these Super Bowls, and we'll transition to the dubs here. as Art pours himself another beverage. We'll transition to the dubs because I want to hear Art's hot dubs takes because I got none. But let's look at all the Super Bowls, Jake and Art. When Mahomes lost his first one to Brady, right? It was Chiefs, Bucks. Mahomes couldn't go anywhere. When Mahomes lost to the Eagles, he couldn't go anywhere. And in this game, May couldn't go anywhere. So they're
nope.
Not what?
Look like those games.
What do you mean?
That game didn't look like this. This reminds me of what all these Niners fans were crying about when the Niners lost. The defensive line did not blow up this game. Drake May played like shit. He had people open on 3-step drops. He was missing slants. He was missing crosses. So this was not a game that got blown up.
It was a mix.
Patrick, it was a mix. Yeah, he got his. The Patrick Mahomes Buccaneers Super Bowl was completely different. That game, I'm not even trying to make excuses. They lost the game. Mahomes played not well. But that game was, he said hike and he was running backwards. Like, it was insane. I'd never seen a game like that. This game was not like that. This game was, you could have played through that.
I agree. I mean, obviously the Seahawks D was a lot better than the Patriots offense, but Drake May had a lot of poor play. It wasn't just due to not having time. When people say he had no time, that's BS.
He missed throws. There were countless times when my team TV was glitching. You remember, Zach.
And he took sacks. He held on the ball for so long.
Okay, all right. Well, look, this is one instance where I got 2 against 1. I would say that this was way more like both times that Patty lost his 2, and there was one other Super Bowl in there. I mean, offenses can win Super Bowls. I think that this was another instance, along with the 2 that Patty lost, and there's one other.
Denver, the Peyton Manning Broncos.
Yes, and that was all the Legion of Boom. But you agree with
the Broncos versus the Panthers.
You think Drake was really bad?
Yeah, I think he played a terrible game.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think Drake May is terrible. I got the verdict out on Drake May, but awful game of football.
Yeah. Well, I'll say this, and then we'll transition to Art, which apparently is going to be a shorter take than I thought, but it's fine because we're way over time, so we'll have a chance to get to all our stuff. The Patriots doing that whole Warriors come out to play, that whole thing, because they were the only team to ever go undefeated through 9 games or whatever. You guys have any idea what I'm talking about? You're both looking at your phone.
I saw the Barstool dude
clinking the bottles. Well, no, the defensive player clinked his bottles,
right,
and said Warriors come out from that movie from the 80s.
I understand what you're saying. Yes,
you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Anyways,
I do.
Jake does.
Okay. All right. Jake does. Art doesn't matter. For this game,
Snoop Dogg did it.
They could have worn their home jerseys and been in the home locker room at Levi's, and they chose to wear road jerseys and be in the visitors' locker room. You may not think that's a big deal, but I thought it was kind of stupid, and it really looks bad after you lose it. You guys got nothing on that.
Cold. I'm icy.
Icy.
I just actually literally don't understand it. I don't get it.
What's your point?
You want me to explain it again?
Well, not the history of it. I want to understand the back end of it. Who cares which locker room you have and how does that relate to it?
Because they're playing in the NFC, they wanted to be in that visitor.
No. They just because they took this whole moniker of being road warriors who had not lost a road game, which had never happened. So they did that in the Super Bowl. And what I'm saying is that's dumb. If you are granted being the home team and you can wear your home jerseys, do that. Don't be so smug.
I'm with that.
Okay, that's all.
And utilize the home locker room for sure.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Exactly. Much bigger locker rooms. You know how much they do that on purpose, where they make the visiting locker rooms way smaller.
I shot a commercial with Christian McCaffrey in the Niners visiting locker room because they wouldn't let us use the home, and it looked like the El Cerrito High locker room.
Exactly. And look, it would have been gangster if they had won, but you lose and it looks bad. Anyways, let's get to the
because I'm with you. Real quick though, it's because I'm with you conceptually. When you said it, I was hella feeling you. But then I just started thinking about when I played sports, And I do imagine, like, if I had just been rattling off hella road wins with my boys, like, I could see being like, hell no, we the road war. Like, I could see a version where that's getting you pumped and you're like, nah, we can't wear the whites. Like, we can't, we gotta, we what we, I feel you, but I can easily see how it goes down.
It's a breakable mental angle. But they weren't good enough. They didn't have the horses.
Jake, I'm with you. I just would have rolled with what the status quo was, I guess. Like when you're purposely breaking it up. Anyways, whatever. It doesn't matter. Like I said, if they had won the game, I'd be pointing this out as being the most gangster shit ever. I'd be like, oh, these mother bleepers could have gotten, the home lockers and their home jersey. They chose not to. This is the Road Warriors, and they won the game. So I'd be praising it if it was the other end. Like, I'm not, like, that's not lost on me. Anyways, all right, what we got on Dub Takes?
Dub's take is really, it's not a huge take. I just wanted to give a shout out.
Hang on. You were pretty fired up. I heard some Al Horford. I heard some names out there.
Oh,
I didn't think that Dubs would even be a topic on the show sheet until you hit
probably not watching the Dubs. You're probably out there watching Grayson Allen and freaking whoever.
Zach's watching this.
Dylan Brooks and freaking. I know you're watching Phoenix over there in Arizona, wherever they play in Arizona. But
wherever they play, Arizona.
Phoenix. Sorry, I get it. Anyway, I just wanted to really give a shout out to my guy Gee. Anybody who's been watching the Warriors, I called him a stooge, right? I looped him into the Stooges. I gave him a very hard call out as being one of the main stooges by name, right? And I actually, by name, him a stooge.
It was buffoon.
Yeah. He was a buffoon of the Stooges, apparently. And, I actually got nothing but love for a guy like Gee if you're winning. And at the time we were losing. But what is Gee doing? Gee's telling me he might not even be a role player. Gee's out here telling me if you give me 30 minutes, I'm going to go put up 15 points, give you 4 rebounds, give you 4 assists, give you a steal, give you a block. So now I'm like, my God, Gee Santos. I mean, I'm just going to say, man, I loved Anderson Varejao. Gee Santos, I appreciate you being the small forward new NBA version of Anderson Varejao with some actual skill that I was just referring to as a stooge. Now, time will tell if you revert back to stoogedom, right? Like a lot of guys put together 2 weeks,
not a
3
word,
weeks,
by the way.
4 weeks.
Stoogedom is not a word.
But my God, Gee Santos is the catalyst to this pathetic team winning games.
Catalyst.
Well, okay. I mean, if you watch this team, he's the heart and soul. He's doing everything.
Heart and soul and catalyst, Jake. Jake, are you writing this down?
I'm just saying. So this Warriors team, we've been talking about it. I think 3 days ago. Don't if you're out there listening, I'm not excited about these Warriors. I said this is the worst team that I can remember. Like if you could just take Steph Curry off the roster, I got this as the worst roster in the history of my life. I ain't never seen a worse roster than the Warriors roster. It is awful. That, okay. And I hope my take is wrong because, man, the last week, Al Horford's playing with some youth. Melton's getting his game on. Spencer's getting his minutes. And my boy Gee Santos, he's out here looking like a defensive-minded, high IQ freaking Al Harrington or something. He's out here shooting 38% from 3. He's out here taking the ball up fake from the 3-point line, getting to the rack, taking contact. So I'm just enjoying what Gee Santos is doing. I know all Warrior fans are enjoying what Gee Santos is doing.
Gotta love it. Hey, man, look, good on you. Good on you. Any positive energy we can get in the Dubs arena, I'm all for. So I love your energy on that. Didn't really understand the Porzingis trade, especially if he doesn't resign. He's a free agent, so it is what it is. JK already hurt, and now he's going to be out throughout the All-Star break, so he's not going to play for your beloved Hawks. But Jake, go ahead, take it from there. I mean, I don't have much on the whole scenario. I mean, it seems like a lost season as soon as Butler got hurt. But go ahead.
I mean, Artie is being very clown-like. The Warriors won against the Bookerless Suns in the last second. They just beat the downtrodden Grizzlies.
11-0 run.
In the last second. They lost by a lot to the Luka-less Lakers. They're a G League team, dude. And that's, any Any guys looking to watch a basketball competition? Sure. Hang on to the G League Warriors, Santa Cruz Warriors. It's a joke. I'm not watching that shit.
You guys check out the Dunleavy interview. Worst interview from a GM I've ever watched. You heard
bad look.
You hear the interview where he's getting asked about the trades?
Yeah. Not a good look.
You
I didn't like the hire. Did you see it, Jake?
Dunleavy?
You'd know it if you saw it. The minute and a half of
where he lied. Like,
looking real insecure.
Changing his story about everything. Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the worst looks I've seen. You had Tim Kawakami come out calling him out as embarrassing. You had it was the worst. What a look. So uncomfortable, so unsure of himself, so not forthright. Draymond Green's just gone on a podcast and told the world that you had the conversation. He already told the world.
I know. Honestly, how somebody tells you that a movie is really good and then you watch it and it's not as good as you thought because somebody had boosted up your expectations. You had told me about it prior to me seeing it, and I thought maybe you exaggerated or whatever. It was probably worse than even the reception that you had given me. And it honestly, because I was live on air when it was happening, brought me back to when Tom Sula got hired as the Niners coach.
God.
And I mean, two totally different situations. But when that was happening, and I was getting text messages from people that were at the press conference, and I was live on air, and they're like, "Dude, you got to get the audio from this. This is the worst thing that you've ever seen." And I'm like, "How bad can it be?" The guy is an offensive line coach. He's getting hired. He's like, "Dude, he just farted." I'm like, "Come on, he didn't fart." And true as shit. Go look it up. Tom Sula farts. All of his quotes are the worst quotes you've ever saw. I thought that my producer at the time had doctored the audio when he was doing
he was stuttering the whole time.
Yeah. Anyways, the Dunleavy one, again, I think Tom Sula's probably at the top of Mount Rushmore. But yeah, that was really bad. Number one, because of the misinformation. And number two, and this is what I told you, Artie, before I had even seen it, why would he have not been prepared for the stuff that he was going to be asked about? That's the part that's alarming to me, which if I'm Joe Lacob, I'm looking at that situation going, do I have the right guy in place? He's lying, and he's not prepared. Yeah.
Well, and what an easy follow-up it was. I'm not a GM, but I know how easy of a response it is. You're like, look, we were going to make a move for Giannis. We love what Draymond has done for this organization. We are fully bought into Jimmy Butler and what he can do for this organization if he can get healthy. But if we had a chance to get Giannis, we're going to be in the deal. And you just acknowledge it.
And then you're
and
good. You're in the clear.
Because you say we wanted Giannis.
Yeah. And
it wasn't hard.
And no one's going to fault you for that, Art.
And it shows that he's really not going to have genuine conversations with his people. It will make you question everything. If I was running at a show, there's no way I'm keeping a guy like that.
It's a clown show. Warriors are a clown show.
You can't trust him.
No other way about it. I mean, they don't have talent. But like I said before, I appreciate what they gave us because this used to be the case. They used to be losers, but except we used to get to watch first round losers that were fun, that had skill. They just didn't care about winning. Now we're watching G League losers that are trying really hard. It's a different kind of loser, but they're all losers.
I also don't think, Jake, and don't call me like an optimistic idiot or whatever. I don't think that the window's completely closed on Steph. Steph's what, 37 or 38 or 36?
37.
37. Okay. I don't think the window's completely closed. And from all the things that I've heard is that the Warriors do have one of the most attractive offers. The Bucks don't want what the Knicks are offering, and they more want what the Warriors are offering. And a lot changes if they do it in the offseason versus if they had done it before the trade deadline. So I don't think it's totally closed. And I'll tell you this, like Art said, which went viral, you give me Steph and Giannis and the Three Stooges, we're good to go. So I'm not totally closing the book on it.
Well, I think you get a healthy Kristaps, which never happens anymore. That would be a good team too. There wouldn't be a championship team.
Yeah, but he's a free agent. What are they going to pay him, Jake?
No, I'm just saying at the end of this year for something to look forward to. Because I'm not going to watch Guy Santos, Pat Spencer, these other the two-way guys they just brought up. I'm not watching that for the rest of the year.
I'm watching that. I
don't care. I'm not
I don't
doing
care
it.
if you don't care. Nobody cares what you care about. What? Turn on the dubs. If you're listening, turn on the dubs. Check them out. We got a game tomorrow night. Enjoy the show. We got Pat Spencer running point. We got Guy Santos put his heart on the line. We got Anthony Melton put his knee on the line. Watch the Warriors.
Try for beef stew in the offseason. Beef stew.
Art's out there working PR for the Dubs. Anyways, I don't know how much of this heat check show sheet you guys want to get to because we're pretty much almost at an hour.
We're supposed to go an hour and a half, bro. We got 30 minutes.
Go however long you want.
Yeah, I know, but we have so much more content and I can push some of it back to a later show.
Coop wants to add the fact that Javid Best is a SF police officer too. So whenever you can weasel that conversation in, because he likes it.
Yeah, he likes it.
True?
I was thinking he was a snitch when I saw it. I thought Javid snitch.
Javid Best is a current San Francisco police officer.
Better.
Yeah. Cal Bear great, Salesian great, Lions great,
snitch.
Yeah, and I saw him.
Snitch. I guarantee he's a good cop in the community.
Yeah. Who'd he snitch on?
Yeah,
all right,
PD,
let's move.
No, there's good cops, Artie. Don't stop with that.
Right. I love my popo.
Anyways, when we named the show
Heat
Check,
are bad. Good call.
I never said that. Come on, I would never make that.
Why Javid Best a snitch?
That's called the ecological fallacy, bro. When you put a characteristic of a group on a person, bro.
You just called Javid Best a snitch.
I was just joking. Because Coop was happy.
This show,
that it's kind of cool, and I'm saying Coop, it's a little bit more of a snitch move.
Okay.
Are we good?
We good.
All right. When we named the show Heat Check, Art said we have to have a Heat Check segment. So then we came up with a segment where you're either icy, you're mid, as the kids say, or you're on fire, which is part of the Heat Check, NBA Jams sort of theme that we got going. So we're going to go here, and I'm a little worried about where we're going to go here. I'm worried about what I'm going to say.
Oh, boy.
And get judged for. I'm worried about what Jake is going to say and get judged for. I'm worried about what Artie's going to say and get judged for. But you got to talk about it. So the halftime show for the Super Bowl. Were you icy, mid, or on fire? Art, let's start. No, let's go Jake, Artie, and then me. Jake, you go first.
Very mid, because the whole controversy about the whole thing was a joke. Like, okay, let's not. He's not American. He's not American. First of all, he is American. He's Puerto Rican. My wife speaks Spanish. I don't give a shit. I don't think he's kind of a mumble rapper in Spanish. He's all right as an artist. I thought the production in the show was dope. I love the whole like walking through Puerto Rican tradition and stuff. That was sick. I mean, U2 played that's my favorite band ever. They played the 9/11 Super Bowl show. They're not American. They're Irish. The Who, they're British. I mean, the whole controversy was a joke. Bad Bunny, he was cool.
Rihanna's from Barbados.
Yeah. I like Bad Bunny. Drake is from Canada. I don't know if he's ever played it.
Yep. Yeah. Has he done one? No.
Anyway, I mean, Puerto Rico's in American territory. Bad Bunny is a cool dude. Not a huge fan of his shit, but dope production, dope Super Bowl show. The whole thing's a joke that tried to stir up political nonsense. That's my thoughts.
All right. Art?
My thoughts are, man, my thoughts are I wish I had kept my Spanish going. You know, we learned it in grade school. I learned more when I was in restaurants, and I was getting close to learning the language, and now I'm the least Spanish I know. I just wish I understood what he was saying while I was listening, because I was fine with the show. I'll go mid as far as watching it. I thought what I was watching looked really awesome, but not being able to understand all the lyrics, I was like, man, I wish I knew. And then after, if you're giving me my take after and hearing all the reactions to it and actually getting a better understanding of what he was saying in today's world, of course I'm fucking on fire. Like, what's there not to be on fire about? You got a world that's full of division. You got a world that's full of hate. You got F-bombs are okay. I don't understand the issue with F-bombs. We're going to be all right with F-bombs. We're on YouTube. Okay. They're everywhere. All right. Okay. So the world is in a place where we got we know what's going on. We don't need to talk about it, but we got ICE everywhere doing what they're doing. We got a world full of hate in our face. We got people starving. We got people getting bombed. We got people getting detained. And if you got to come out and have a message about love, about unity, about pride, of course it's a beautiful show. Of course I'm hot. And any other take is basically just wild because we had a show about what America's about. It's about bringing people together, about accepting people, and about loving people. So yeah, I was.
And real quick, Zach, before you talk, the language thing, like, what do you think San Francisco and Santa Clara are named after? The Spanish conquered all of these territories. My wife is a colonizer from Spain.
What up, Dom?
And you know, I just think that was such like manufactured outrage. And this gets a little political. This dude who everyone hates, Nick Fuentes, who's like a young Nazi asshole, was like, he made a very funny video today saying the Bad Bunny show is way better than Turning Point USA. That's all we're doing as Republicans is Kid Rock lip syncing. I'm going to switch to the other side if this is the bullshit we're putting out. But yeah, that's as political as I'm doing.
I gotta say this. I gotta say that I'm a little surprised that Artie was as middle as he was with his take. I mean, he started off by saying mid, then he turned it into on fire, like the stuff after. I'm gonna say something that I would hope would not be controversial at all. And this was kind of like the example that I was trying to point out, which is, if I was in Amsterdam, right? My father was born in the Netherlands. So if I was in the Netherlands and I went to a concert in Amsterdam and the concert was in Dutch, that would make sense. And I know what you're saying about the language. And we did deplorable things as Americans to get this country between the Native Americans and the Mexicans. This land should not be the United States of America. It should either be Mexico or the Native America or whatever the bleep you want to call it. Native Americans, like, we pillaged all these people and did terrible things to all of them. That was also like 180 decades ago. And my whole thing is, why would you do a concert in a language in which the people that are watching it do not understand it? That's like my biggest thing. I was dancing at Art's house. Like when that halftime show was going, I was salsing. I saw Jessica Alba. I'm all about
Without
that.
Taking this too far, Zach. Without
I can
taking
answer it.
Okay, you answer, and then I have the stupid.
Because he is the number one selling artist in the world and in the United States.
Nationally, not the United States.
He is.
What do you think the point of the NFL halftime show is? Is to get viewers. It got the most viewership it's ever gotten.
Well, hold on, Zach. You complained about how you couldn't understand Kendrick.
Hang on, Art, did those numbers come out? Yeah, I didn't understand.
Yeah, the numbers came out. Most watched halftime in the history.
And like I said, Zach, it's not just English-speaking countries that built the America we know now. It was Spain was a huge part of it. And our whole territory, California, is named after the Spanish.
But Jake, the people watching the halftime show, what percentage of the people watch the halftime show do you think speak Spanish?
The entire Americas watched the halftime show. South America watched the halftime show. The world watched the halftime show.
And it's a United States thing. The world is a soccer country, not a football country.
You don't think the Super Bowl gets watched all over the world?
You don't think they're trying to grow the NFL? Are they are they having international games every year?
All right. Now we can pivot, if you will. We can pivot. Because that's a good point. I think that was, I don't know if you saw like the little bro hug between Roger Goodell and Bad Bunny. I think Roger Goodell, who's probably best friends with Trump, who literally went out and said it was the worst halftime performance ever or whatever, but Goodell doesn't give a bleep because what he's trying to do is expand his brand, expand the NFL. So yes, I think they did that to expand it to other countries.
And to Rag's point, the Latinas, the thick Latinas, right there next to the sugarcane bushes, they were working it, and that was worth the price of admission. So you had your pick of what you wanted.
All right, but we're all mid on it. Nobody was on fire about it. I'm mid.
I don't think he's that dope. I just think
me neither.
Okay.
But that's not. But you actually brought up a different conversation. On the conversation you're bringing, I'm hot and I'm on fire. On the actual show, I'm mid. But that's only because
Art, if you and I flew to France, we got
We
we
already had
checked
this
in-
conversation.
and we checked into our hotel.
Yeah.
And then we went to a concert.
Yeah.
Would you be expecting that concert to be in English? No. You would
If
expect
it was
to be in
Muse
English.
playing,
Not if I knew who was the artist and I knew
Underground?
Spanish.
All right, let's move.
What do you mean you expect it to be English? It's Bad Bunny. His whole
You remember
album.
La Bamba in the early 60s? That was a pretty famous song in America. All in Spanish.
All right, let's move on to more serious topics. Let's talk California taxes. Sam Darnold lost money on the Super Bowl because of the they call it a
This
job.
guy said, let's move into a different topic. It's basically the same. This guy said,
We're all
let's talk
talking politics now. I love
California
it.
taxes.
All right, well, you want to talk Olympics? We can move on to the whole next segment.
First off, let's hear it. What? He lost some money because they got taxed for the Super Bowl?
Yes.
Boomer was all about that. Esiason kept talking about it.
It went
But what
viral,
happened?
and
What happened?
Boomer's
Let me hear
my
about
guy.
it. Let me hear about
had to
poor Sam Darnold and the big dollars he
Not
lost
poor-
in Cali.
not Poor Sam. It's just Cali's ridiculous. He's got to pay. He's got
3.5% tax.
Poor Sam.
$250,000 in taxes. He lost money playing the Super Bowl.
He won $1 million. He got $1 million incentive for winning the Super
Yeah.
Bowl.
Right now, we're getting it. You want to get into taxes and where taxes go?
Yeah.
I think
We
most
can't
people
get into
agree
taxes. You
California
want to talk
taxation
taxes?
is a bit much, but
Take my fucking 40% if you're going to do something good. Just don't take my 40% and ruin the whole goddamn country. How about that?
you're 40%. What do you earn, bud?
Nothing, but it feels like 40%.
All right. Olympics. Buzzer.
Now, no matter what you earn, they take 30%. If you make, once you get over about 70,000, you're getting 30% of your check taken.
Not if you know how to work the system, homie.
Not even.
Olympics.
No, you just
Buzzer.
you don't want.
Olympics. Buzz or no buzz?
But I didn't know it was happening. I can't believe the Olympics are actually really happening.
I didn't the first couple days, but lately I'm all over them. I think
I can't believe it's real. I can't tell you what country it's in. I don't know where it is. I didn't know it was happening. Why didn't they advertise the Olympics? They didn't advertise
on NBC.
What are you watching? Like, how would they get to you?
Man, I'm on the internet. Show me somewhere on Google or something.
Okay. Maybe your algorithm doesn't add up to wanting to watch the Olympics. You apparently don't care about rivalries in sports. Why would you want to watch the Olympics?
I started realizing there might be the Olympics when I started hearing Lindsey Vonn was about to be a hog. That's like, I was like, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
Why are we talking about Lindsey Vonn and her ruptured ACL? Like, what? And I'm like, what? Are we in the middle of, are the Olympics about to start?
That should turn into a broken leg like it was nothing.
She needs like 3 surgeries and all sorts of stuff.
Okay.
But I still do not understand that they've done this poor job of, like, I saw Snoop Dogg was getting excited about curling, and I was like, damn, is curling getting hella popular? Like, are they doing just curling now? I didn't even
Shout out
realize.
to Vernon Davis.
So this is wild. Icy. Don't know where you can watch it.
Peacock. I'm red hot, Zach.
Just so
Red
you
hot.
know, okay. I was just gonna, if we were doing this in a professional setting and I had to meet with the program director and they were like, what are we gonna do with Art and Jake? I would be like, I mean, I don't know, bro. Like I can't corral them at all. I can't like get them within the circle or whatever. Okay. So
No
Art
PDs
is
on
icy.
podcast.
No. We don't have to deal with that. But Jake, why are you red hot if you're not making a joke?
No, I am. Because I was watching it with my kids. We were all, I had my wife growing up.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah.
Kids were very under the weather. And
watch
we're watching this flamboyant ass new like American figure skater just killing it in this black jumpsuit with these gold sparkles.
Big
and I heard Marcus Thompson talking about him. And
love it. Yeah, that's what I need. That's what I'm trying to hear. I mean, I am icy on it just because similar to Art, I got no preparation for it. It kind of just snuck up on me. Apparently, Tirico, after calling the Super Bowl, did the Olympic update from the field while confetti was like dropping down and the Seahawks were celebrating. Talk
about an industry in trouble. What do you mean you asked Tirico to do it from the Super Bowl field? That means Tirico's weird for taking the job. It means the industry doesn't have enough good people in it. What do you mean? Why does he have to do that from the The industry's struggling with Tirico doing that from the field in the Super Bowl. I love Tirico.
What is this hot take?
I don't get it. I don't get your take, Art.
I don't know. Why
I don't get your
somebody
take
else
either, Art.
I just think it's weird that they had to go with the guy that's on the field in the Super Bowl.
First of all, they're probably paying Tirico like $20 million a year. And why wouldn't he want to do the transition from calling the Super Bowl to then giving you your Olympic?
Yeah, you're right. That's what they do for a living anyway. The field, you're right. Flag on me. 5 yards, 10 yards, not 15 like yours. Right. Not 15 like yours. We'll go 5.
We'll take 5. We'll take 5. Anyways, I'm icy on it for a lot of the reasons that Artie said. I didn't see a ton of yes, it is specifically on Peacock and NBC or whatever, so you'd have to see it to see it. But I didn't get any hype. I had no lead in. I had no idea that anything was about to go on. The only time I heard anything about anything was because Lindsey Vonn tore her ACL and then skied again and then broke her leg. And she said that it had nothing to do with tearing her ACL. But this is what I do. Just so you know,
it's gonna die.
Aunt Milwaukee was late to picking me up to
second Aunt Milwaukee
Brentwood to watch the Super Bowl. Okay, well, he deserves a couple of mentions. Anyways, he said he was late to pick me up because he said the Japanese got screwed by the Americans in the figure skating competition.
Yes,
but I'm not in. Okay, but I'm not into the Olympics like that, so I didn't even know what that meant, and I was just like, "Text me when you're outside. I'm ready to rock." Anyways, what I do usually is I'm half Dutch, I'm half Italian, and obviously I'm American. So all I do is kind of medal watch. So I'll just look to see if, when soccer's involved, it's different. When there's flag football, maybe I'll be more invested. But for the most part, what am I going to do with winter sports? So I am icy on this. I don't know what to do with bobsledding. I don't know what to do with downhill skiing. I don't know what to do with figure skating. I mean, only thing I know about figure skating is when that chick got hit in the leg, Nancy Kerrigan. That's all I got.
I'm actually glad that you reminded me it's going on. I'm going to find it on Peacock. I'm going to bring it into the household. I'm going to show my kids. I think my kids are the right age. I got a 9-year-old. I got a 6-year-old. I'm going to introduce them to the movie Cool Runnings, one of my favorite movies. I'm going to tell them who John Candy was.
Movie.
I'm going to get it going. Yep. We're going to be representing the Olympics.
Jamaica's spelled now with a GIA, by the way. I saw in the opening ceremony. That's the native spelling in English. Yeah, they changed it up. But hey, figure skating has been money for years. You got Oksana Bayul, you got Tara Lipinski, you got Johnny Weir. I mean, you got studs everywhere.
Talk about good knowledge, because I don't know what this guy's talking about, but talk about good knowledge. Can anybody give me an Iran count? How many goals we got so far in the winter games?
I'll probably go with 0.
I'm guessing not a lot. Yeah, I'd go with 0.
But hey, power to Iran. I love what you're doing over there.
Quite the assumption from my Italian friend and my mutt over here. Let's give Iran a chance. What do you represent, J. Lou?
A lot of countries.
Yeah, okay, you are my mutt. I thought so. I didn't think I had a pure background on you. I was like, I'm not quite sure.
No, mutt is accurate. That's accurate. Yeah.
And I guess I don't know why I went Italian over Dutch. I guess you got both, Billy. Dutch and Italian.
Dutch, Italian, no, and American.
You're not American, bro. What
do you mean? I was born here, pal.
You're Dutch, dude.
All right, I'm more Dutch than anything for sure.
I'm joking.
All right, let's move on to some NBA talk here. Now, the Giannis thing. I got to say this. I almost
Giannis or Giannis
because of how much Giannis.
Talk about Giannis. Let's talk about Giannis.
I can announce this shit up and down.
Let's just talk about Giannis.
Giannis?
Yeah, let's talk about him.
Not Giannis? Okay. All right. So silent G like lasagna.
Art woke up and chose violence today.
Yeah, I know. Art's got a little hair up his ass. Anyways, I almost put this in the word because of how much I want to make fun of it. His tweet about people don't go, they attract, or whatever the bleep he said after the trade deadline went by, when it was very clear that he was trying to get traded. That was one of the people judge LeBron for the decision, right? People judge, and rightfully so, James Harden with all the times that he's tried to push out of different situations. This one in particular, where you act like you weren't trying to get traded, and then once the deadline passed, you act like I'm here. I know how much you love Leonardo DiCaprio, and that famous scene from Wolf of Wall Street. I'm staying here. I'm here. It's like you wanted to be gone. Anyways, him staying
That's
there.
Draymond.
James Harden having a very What?
That's like Draymond too right now. I'm here. I'm still here.
Well, totally different, but yeah.
No.
Yeah. Well, but here's the difference. Draymond was not demanding a trade.
He didn't have his
Giannis made
choice.
it
Yeah,
very
yeah.
clear that he was. Yeah. So like him putting out that tweet was just a total joke. Anyways, if you guys don't have much on that, that's fine. Also, just Harden in the first two games with the Cavs really balling out and that looking like a big deal.
Sick of both of those things.
Yeah, I don't know much about those things. I knew you wanted to talk about it, so I didn't watch either game. I took a look at the game log. I mean, yeah, Harden had a couple average games. They won a couple games. What am I supposed to be? Am I supposed to be thrilled? They won a couple regular season games.
I saw memes. Memes had the fire emoji because Harden averages 22, 7, and 3 on the Cavs. Give me a break.
He's averaged his whole life. What are we supposed to?
It's actually under his usual
average.
They won a couple games.
What's that phrase where you're not seeing the trees before the forest? Or
But there's no forest yet. There's no trees. There's no forest. There's 2 NBA regular season games.
Harden is the boy who cried wolf. Sick of him.
Artie, it's about the outcome of the games, not Harden's stats. And my point is, I would say now that I have the Cavs in the East, previously to the trade and how it's looked so far, I would have had Knicks 1, Pistons 2, Cavs 3. Now I have Cavs 1, Knicks 2, Pistons 3.
But Violet. 1 week ago on this very show, you spoke to me about how much of a loser James Harden was, and I was so
You did that.
I did that.
You did that.
No. You both did that. You both did that.
I talked about how he bitched. I talked about how he bitched his way out of teams. I didn't say that he was a loser.
I said he's a loser.
You're the one that said the loser.
Artie agreed with me. James Harden is a non-starter. The fact that we're giving him any time is nonsense. It's bullshit.
Fine.
No, and you also said
move on then.
You're kind of remixing your take, dude. Go watch the tape.
I'm not.
You're remixing your take. You're remixing your take.
I've just okay. Let's go on to the word. Did you see the news that Cardi B broke up with Stephon Diggs at halftime?
What are we doing?
Good riddance.
What are we doing here?
I'm glad she did.
It's the word. First of all, Jake, it's the word. It's the wacky world of sports. It's where we take a break from doing hardcore sports analysis. And this is a very topical thing. Stephon Diggs, who famously, legend, had 4 women pregnant at the same time. There's a 5th. Not this year, but the last year. Oh, a 5th? Well,
that's why they broke up, apparently. I know about it.
Oh, really?
I know about it.
Oh, you know more than me. I heard it was because the 3rd had a front row seat with the son.
I'm sure that was true too, but there's a 5th.
The plot thickens even more. Yeah,
Stephon
I didn't even hear
is
that.
one of the craziest MFers in the NFL. I think it's if you see that video where all his Vikings teammates are like, they're like, who's the craziest?
Who would you date? Yeah.
They're all like, Diggs, easy, Diggs, easy.
Yeah.
And so,
me and Art talked about that. And Art, who did you say that they said the same thing about on the Dubs?
Buddy.
Yeah.
Buddy Hield?
All the Dubs, big buddy. You don't date your sister.
Really?
And he was so like not petrified, but he was so like, why would they like he was like hurt. He was like, why wouldn't they want me to date their sister? But yeah.
And that's why Jimmy posted today, like big head, shut up or something.
Yeah,
did you see that?
No.
That was good. Jimmy Butler
the whole
said, hey, buddy, shut up.
The whole Stephon Diggs situation, I don't want to say too much to like dig a hole I don't realize I'm digging. And that's
dig a hole.
That's like the society we're in, right? Like it's my work. That's my least favorite part is like, I really am careful about what I say because I care about people's feelings and I don't want to hurt them and yada, yada, yada. And so I don't know how far to take this in a way that I don't mean to offend nobody, but like it makes me feel sad for Cardi B that she would subject herself to Stephon Diggs. Like Cardi B is such a successful woman. Cardi B has done so much amazing shit for herself. And I do not understand how she could possibly lower herself to Stephon Diggs. And it drives me freaking crazy. And I'm going to just leave it at that. Because like I not understand that. And if I say something that is offensive to women there, I apologize. Because like maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm falling into my own trap. But all I see is a beautiful woman, a successful artist, somebody who grinds her tail off, knows how to do her thing, a great rapper, a funny person, a person who I have aligned views with. She seems cool, and she's out here.
All I can say
like,
is
I'm gonna let my dude that I go public with have 5 kids. Why are you shaking your head, bro? What's your head shake looking like?
The thing is, if she was the last woman to be impregnated by him while he had 4 women pregnant at the same time, then you can justify it because it's like that was all before her. That's all I can say.
I got some questions for Artie. How is Cardi B? Why do you respect her so much, and how is she such a dignified woman? What are you basing that off?
I just respect her hustle. I mean, you're using the word dignified, plays a hell of values, and I'm definitely not about to go down that rabbit hole with you because you're definitely hitting that.
You just made a character assessment of Cardi B and a character assessment of Stephon Diggs.
I just know that Cardi B is fucking on top of the whole rap game, is an A-list celebrity, and could have a lot of people. And it just makes me a little bit sad that she chose a fucking clear fucking womanizer who doesn't give a shit about the people he's with and will put his dick in anything, have a kid with anybody, and doesn't care about people. And it just annoys me. And I just hate it that we're in a society that somehow led her to be down with that, because Cardi B shouldn't be down with that.
So do you think her lyrics in Wet Ass Pussy, how do those compare to like Dylan and Springsteen and Bono and shit like that?
That have to do with our conversation.
Well, you just said how can she lower herself to that to be with a womanizer? She has a song that is one of the most famous songs the last few years called Wet Ass Pussy. Yeah, if you listen to those lyrics, it sounds like she wants to be womanized, quite frankly.
But that's not, so yeah, that's what you're saying. Okay, that's your take on it. My take is, and that's why
you're acting like she's Cinderella.
Who is?
Well,
you're putting hella words in my mouth. You're not allowed. Hey, this is one thing we're never going to do on this show. You're never going to tell me what I'm saying on this show. And I didn't say that. I didn't call her Cinderella, and I didn't say nothing like that. What I said is Cardi B is hella successful. I said Cardi B does her thing, and I like Cardi B. That's what I said. I said I like her. And I said I think she's dope. I think she's an A-list celebrity, and it annoys me that she is down to fucking be with Stephon Diggs, who's like publicly don't give a fuck. And then to your point, if you want to just make your point and just leave it at that Cardi B don't seem like the type that gives a fuck about that, let's just leave it there. Like, yeah, maybe Cardi B don't give a fuck.
Gangster, like,
maybe she don't give a fuck.
She has a mindset to me. What I've seen from her, like a gangster rapper, dude. Like, yeah,
that's fine. Yeah, I agree.
I don't feel sorry for her at all.
I agree. But I don't know why your take is hella weird, hella antagonistic, hella she's not dignified. Like you're digging yourself a hole.
Rewind the tape. Check the tape.
Definitely not that.
Check the tape.
Yeah, check the tape.
All right. The word's supposed to be fun. So we'll
that was fun. Here. I'm having fun.
Okay. All right. We'll end it here. Can you guess famous football players' favorite food to eat at the Super Bowl? Now, Art made some bomb-ass wings. I ate a lot of his cheese. I always love his cheese spread. I eat a lot of bread and cheese when I go to his house prior to eating anything after. But what would be your guess for Gronk on favorite Super Bowl food now that he's retired?
Chicken tenders.
Jake?
Something Polish.
Art was closer. You're both wrong. Buffalo chicken wings.
I basically got it.
Well, he's from there, right? Yeah.
He's from Buffalo?
Yeah, around there, I believe.
Anyways. Well, this is my favorite one. Well, let's do this mid one first. If you had to guess, Amon Ron St. Brown. Now, the answer is kind of boring. because it's chicken wings, but if you had to guess the flavor, because I had never heard this.
Oh. Mango habanero.
Semi-close?
Chili
Ghost
lime.
pepper.
You're gonna tell us?
Art? What, you're not
I
gonna.
said chili lime.
You're not. Okay. I didn't hear that. No, it's just lemon pepper, but he says he dips it in it after it's already been in barbecue.
You basically made it impossible to get that right by saying you had never heard of it. Like, there was no way anybody could guess what wing he likes when your clue was I've never heard of it and it's lemon pepper.
True.
Lemon pepper is like a common wing.
No, I know. It was the barbecue into the lemon pepper that I had never heard of.
Well, who's going to guess
We're gonna
that?
guess that?
Yeah, Amon said
All right,
Brown likes lemon pepper with barbecue sauce.
All right. We're going to end on one that you definitely won't be able to get, and it's Derrick Henry.
Why are we
famed running back for the Ravens, Derrick Henry.
We're ending this thing?
I'm ready to go with you toe to toe, Art. I'm ready. I've had a sick family for 3 weeks. Me and Art are going toe to toe.
That's fine. That's fine.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry. Hang on. Before you guess, keep in mind that you have like a very small percentage chance of getting it right. So guess something that you would not think is right at all. So
Derrick Henry is really taking care of his body. Derrick Henry's taking care of his body. He's trying to last. He's trying to have longevity. And Derrick Henry loves lettuce wraps.
Okay.
Derrick Henry really enjoys protein shakes. That's probably not it, but I'm sure he has a lot of those. I'm going to go
deviled eggs.
Sushi.
What did you say, Art?
I said deviled eggs.
Well, you're in the vicinity.
Hard-boiled egg salad.
An omelet.
That's not a Super Bowl food. What do you mean?
That's a very typical Derrick Henry breakfast.
But also,
no, that's what he eats when he watches the Super Bowl.
That's probably what he eats all the time.
It doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, it does. I think that makes a lot of sense for Derrick Henry.
What the bleep do you want from me? They asked him, what do you eat while you watch the Super Bowl? And the guy said an omelet. I told you wouldn't be able to guess it because it's a breakfast food.
Guy lied to the whole world.
All he does is eat eggs and protein bars. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, whatever. All right, that's the word, boys. I got a couple of segments I really want to get into how.
Yeah, I thought we were talking about the A's, man. We ain't talking about the A's?
No, I know. Yeah, but we're an hour and a half in, bro. We can save that.
We can save that. I did tell the people we'd be talking about them, but we can save that.
I'm huge on the A's. I'm huge on the Raiders. We didn't talk about the Fontainebleau Santa Barbara reunion that Art didn't attend. There's a bunch of stuff that we can get to, but we're an hour and a half in. Bro, what are we supposed to do?
We went 2 hours last week.
All right. You want to
get? Dude, I have nothing else. I have a sick wife, 2 sick children.
Yeah,
I need to stay on.
And we did a great 90. Oh, you want to stay on? All right. Well, then you and Art stay on. I can bounce.
No, we want to bounce. We could call it. We can go 15 more minutes. We can call it. Zach's done. You could tell. Zach says, "Get me out of here."
No, I'm good to go. You guys were fighting about, Cardi B. What do you want from me?
We're talking, man. I'm just
dude. That's what it's all about.
Jake wants to sound like an idiot and sound dignified and sophisticated. We know how Jake wants to do. Trying to make me look like an idiot, but we know.
Art's the contrarian. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
Okay, well then,
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Unlike Jake, who contributed nothing to the show sheet, and unlike Art, who contributed nothing to the show sheet, you guys bring up a topic, I'll sit here all night. I don't have a wife and kids. I'm good to go. I don't have the neurovirus. I don't have a baseball, softball team to coach. I'm just tabling.
They don't have like a head virus. It's the norovirus.
Whatever. Noro.
Honestly, let's do a segment about our baby blues here, the citizens.
Oh, that was great. Out. It was good.
Yeah, Art's stuff. No, let's get your review. I was actually talking to Art about this, and I know, again, go check out the Humm Daddies Instagram feed and all those feeds or whatever. and watch the show about you and Dave G and Starkey doing a review. I have not yet gotten to it. I was gonna get to it today, and then Art told me it was probably a 3-hour banger, and I was like, "What? I don't got that in me."
4.
I'm 4. Okay. I'm also going to be very upfront and honest. Having the guy that has ruined my life for 2 decades narrating the whole thing, even though he's from the Bay. So much respect to some people's GOAT, not mine. I got a bunch of people above him in terms of greatest players of all time. But having Tom Brady narrate that bleep, I don't know if I could sit through it, but I would love to watch it because that was back when I was a Niners fan. That was when I was actually Bang Bang Niner Gang. But I know you guys did a whole show on it. I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but like, let me ask you this. What did you learn from watching it that you didn't know before?
What's wild to me is that you see how Aqib Talib went nuts on Brady because he wouldn't say, I'm rooting for the Patriots in the Super Bowl. Like Brady says he doesn't have a dog in the fight now with the Patriots. He's not a fan of the Patriots. Brady was
– well, hang on. Sorry to interrupt. My apologies. That's because he's a part owner of the Raiders, and they were hiring the offensive coordinator of the Seahawks. That's why he said he didn't have a dog in the fight. Anyways, go ahead.
What I'm telling you is he was full-on fanboy during this entire documentary, like mouth-watering, drooling over Joe Montana and Jerry Rice. He was saying we in the narration, as in we, the Niners. He gave a full-on commitment to being an 80s Niners fan more than he has any allegiance to any other team at all.
How do you feel about Shanahan and Lynch's decision not to bring him in?
Well, we had Garoppolo, so
I felt good.
Yeah, it was nice. But I was just blown away by that.
You guys? Hang on, Jake. Did you guys just do like an inside joke?
No, they Brady wanted to play for the Niners instead of the Bucs.
Yeah, that's the big documented thing with the Niners passed on him.
Yeah,
I heard that was about Derek Carr and the Raiders.
Huh?
No.
I have audio. I'll send it to you right now. I have audio of that being about Derek Carr and the Raiders, not the Niners.
Brady said something like, "I can't believe they wanted that dude over me." But Brady didn't actually want to go to the Raiders.
I'm not going to pretend I'm a deep insider, but I thought it was, and I think it is. I'll say I think it is, not I thought it was. I think it is common knowledge that the Niners had a shot, if not just a choice, but at least
I saw that there was
a good shot to get Brady. That's known. Everyone talks about this.
No, I saw that there was a clip where Brady says,
I know that we're talking about two different things.
All right.
I promise you, it is talked about a lot that the Niners.
Okay.
But also, Zach, that documentary didn't really cover much new stuff. For me and Artie, who watched like 88, 89 VHSs of the Niners, it was a lot of that. We was hungry.
That's kind of what I figured. Yeah. No, but I mean, like, there was no insight. There was nothing that, like, you were like, oh, I didn't know that or whatever. Because,
Bill Walsh. Bill Walsh was a really tortured human. That guy, like, he didn't sleep because if the Niners weren't perfect, he just went nuts. And I asked this question on the pod with the Humm Daddies. What is it worth it if you're never happy, to win that much and be a legend if you don't even enjoy it? And he didn't enjoy it. It's pretty documented, which is strange to me.
You go, Z.
No, I was just going to say that's a very interesting point from Jake because I've had conversations with. So Artie has experienced. His Chiefs got 3, his Warriors got 4, his Giants got 3, and we're on a text thread with Gabe and Hank. And Hank, I don't even know who his team. I don't think he's gotten anything. But Gabe has gotten. He got 2 Super Bowls out of the Eagles. He got a couple out of or 3, I think, out of the Red Sox, and he's gotten a couple out of the Celtics. And all of them tell me on that thread, like, as a A's fan who hasn't won since '89, and a Dolphins fan that is not Art doing his dog thing, and as an A's fan who hasn't won since '89, a Dolphins fan that has not won a title since I was born, and a Suns fan that's never won a title in their entire life, I've always told them, if that ever happens, okay, Art's doing his dancing thing. See, this is why I was going to sign off. Anyways, if that ever happens, I'm going to Miami for the parade. I'm going to Phoenix for the parade. And if the A's are in Las Vegas or Sacramento or Oakland or whatever, I'm going there for the parade. And it will be the biggest joy of my life. And what they told me repeatedly was like, no big deal. And I'm like, that's what I think the difference is. And Jake, I think you're more aligned with me. You more line up with living and dying with all that shit. Like, I believe that those Giants titles for you were bleeping everything, you know, and it would be everything for me. But so to answer your question, yes, I do think it's worth it to not even enjoy. I mean, you should enjoy it, but I understand why, if you're just pursuing it all the time, that you don't get a ton of joy out of it. So, I mean, you know, it goes both ways, but fandom wise, I think you got to enjoy the.
Fandom wise, for sure. I'm talking about geniuses and the competitive maniacs behind the winning.
That's what I'm saying. But for those guys, I can understand why they don't, because they're just on to the next one. You know?
Like, this documentary showed how it damn near ruined Bill Walsh's life to just want to be perfect constantly. And he was depressed after he left the Niners.
Yeah.
And his kids were like.
I mean, Jake, look at, there are so many examples of that where there's like people that talk about coaches sleeping in their offices, and people like, look at Tom Brady. Like, Giselle told him, you've won 6. You're good. Just pay attention to me now and your kids. And he's like, nope. Got another one in me. Went to Tampa Bay and then lost her ass to a jiu-jitsu instructor. You know what I mean? Like, that's how those guys are wired. So for the people that are doing it, I get it. The part that I don't agree with Art and Gabe and Hank is like, you're a fan. And it's like the shit with KD where Art was like, those titles were less enjoyable because we were just too good. It's like, who gives a bleep? You are a fan. Enjoy the greatness. And especially, like, I'm a Suns fan. We were up 2-0 in the finals against Giannis. We lost 4-2. You know how much I would give my left. I would give my left leg.
Giannis Antetokounmpo. Giannis.
You know, Zach, I agree with you wholeheartedly, because we're actual sports fans. And
yeah, I know. Yeah.
We're actual sports fans. We cry when our team loses.
Yes.
Artie watched the first 2 Chiefs Super Bowl. He watched 3 Chiefs games.
I watched 3 Chiefs games. I'm sure that's accurate.
Jake, just so you know, Artie has been saying on said thread that the Chiefs season doesn't start until the AFC Championship game.
I've seen him say that.
That's the difference. Okay, you and I, we're watching
What do you think I mean by that? Are you that much of an idiot to think that means I'm not watching the games? I've told you.
Giants games to watch a year, Artie.
The full preseason, baby. I get to not worry about none of this bullshit because the Chiefs are the best team in the league. And this year, it was an anomaly. Yeah, we didn't make the playoffs. It was a hard year. Acting like I don't watch the games. I wouldn't be here if I didn't like sports and watch the games. Jake, you're out here crying about the Niners losing and crying about the Seahawks. I'm not an idiot. I'm a 42-year-old grown-ass man that has better shit to do than cry about the Niners not making the Super Bowl and the Seahawks winning the Super Bowl in goddamn Santa Clara Stadium that was named after my son. Man, if you care about where the game was played and if you care that much, you're just tripping. Grow the fuck up. You're okay, bro. You're okay. The Niners lost. Guess what they're going to do next year? You want to know what the Niners are going to do next year? Lose. They are not going to win the Super Bowl. So if you're going to prepare yourself for hey, you want me to give you a little warning? Guess what the Giants are not going to do this year? Giants aren't going to win the World Series.
We're on a sports podcast, Artie. Do you care?
Yeah, and I love sports, but I'm not going to go outrageous and lose my mind and have a bad month because the Giants aren't going to win the goddamn World Series.
No one said anyone's doing that.
I mean, that's all you've been talking about. You've been talking about how your whole mood is impacted by who wins what and this and that. We're talking about who cares. Yeah, of course, I enjoy wins, but I grew out of fucking being hell-bent and crushed off a loss You think these guys give a fuck about you or me? You think Patrick Mahomes, Brock Purdy, Greg Kittle, Christian McCaffrey, any of these guys, any of their wives, you think they care? Greg Kittle, George Kittle, you know. I mean, they don't care about you, so don't care so much about them. Enjoy it, watch it, root for them, hope they win, enjoy the wins, and then you know when your life will get really good? When you don't really give a fuck when they lose.
Well, you know me, my life depends on Greg Kittle's enjoyment. So I get my
George Kittle doesn't be such a FOMOMF and stop fucking going everywhere. That guy took a surgery and it made me lose so much respect for him. The guy couldn't get out of the limelight. Right after the guy finished his surgery, he's rolling around everywhere on his beat up leg. Oh, let me take my shirt off and go on a golfing trip. Let me do this. Let me do that. Man, why don't you go heal up? Why don't you go be with your family? Why don't you go be with your chick? Give me a break, man.
Who hurt you, Artie? Who hurt you?
Nobody hurt me, man. You guys are too into this.
What?
Let's just agree to disagree that Art, that you have a very much different level of fandom than Jake and I.
Better level of fandom.
Okay, yeah, yours is probably more healthy, but that's not what this is. Do you know what fan is short for?
Fanatic.
Yeah, man. So
we're gonna make that like a 5-second clip that opens everything.
This has been a fun show, huh?
You gotta get that. You gotta get that sponsored by Coors Light, Jake.
I think you and Danny need to go to a therapist together.
We should get Fanatics to
get the hate out of your heart.
When's Fanatics gonna sponsor us? I just bought a hat from Fanatics. Maybe it could be free once they sponsor me.
Hey, remember you gave me that B-Craw and the orange hat deal. Love that.
We're Arizona Wildcats over here in Brentwood. You know, we out here the Wildcats. And so I got a Wildcats hat.
Get an Iguodala jersey. Get a Tolbert jersey. Know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. Love Dom. I'm with you, Art. Sick of the 49ers bro club. Don't need it. Win a fucking bowl, then do it. Exactly. Fucking George Kittle should go heal his goddamn, what he pop his Achilles? Go heal your Achilles. Don't go boat riding around on your little wheeler drinking too much.
Well, I agree with Dom. He's sick of not winning the Super Bowl. That's my entire point.
Yeah, and he's sick of these guys that always hang out together and want to show up at events and be like, "Oh, we're partying, bro. Another good day."
I didn't say I like that. Never said once I like that.
All right, fair enough.
All right.
You know what I like is rice pilaf from the Davron family. That's my Super Bowl.
It ain't rice pilaf. It's basmati rice. You think we're eating rice pilaf? Rice pilaf. It's basmati rice. We make tahdig. We burn that shit. We flip that shit, and we make a cake for you, baby. You have rice pilaf.
Sorry. My bad, dog. Hilarious.
You know what my favorite food ever was as a kid, bro?
Donut holes.
I rolled up to your house for a sleepover, and your dad hooked up the best ham and cheese I didn't know what an omelet was yet. I'm like in 5th grade. I might have had an omelet, but I don't even think I had an omelet yet. And this fool, he's like, "You want some breakfast?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, I'm looking forward to it." He comes out with an omelet about this. I can't even put it in the screen. We'll go there, but it's really there. The biggest omelet you ever eaten. And it's just fried up ham, some good ass cheese, a perfectly cooked omelet. And you know, we all love them Hot Pockets, ham and cheese, probably. You lying if you didn't like them. We all like ham and cheese. Anyway, what an omelet. God bless.
Big Dick's breakfasts were special.
Big Dick hooked your boy up. And forever, I said, damn, I like omelets. And you give me a Big Dick ham and cheese omelet, and I'm going to be real happy in the morning.
No doubt.
Well, you and Derrick Henry, bud.
There you go.
Me, Dick, and Derrick Henry watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, Tard came over for the Niners comeback against the Giants. We were in college. It was like a winter break when Jeff Garcia came back against Strahan. And, he had a 3-egger, but I was like, it would be an insult to my dad if you don't eat his breakfast. So I had my dad cook up a huge breakfast after Julian just had a 3-egger at Nations. And dude almost yacked. He was just out of it. But it was
Julian
a good time.
Or Art?
No, RT. That's Julian.
Julian.
Oh, gotcha.
Julian.
Oh, yeah. RT.
He dropped the ketchup bottle too, splattered it all over our house.
That sounds like RT.
All right, one last heater, and we out, or?
Yeah, what do you want?
What do I want?
What's your heater?
Oh no, I was do we want one more heater was really
Sure.
the
What are you gonna come at me with?
Oh, I didn't have a heater yet. We want a heater. It was the question.
I think we're good to go. I think we're pushing an hour 45.
Yeah, I think we're good to go.
All right.
I want to save the other segments for another show because
I agree.
Football's over. Hopefully the Warriors make it an interesting season so we have something to talk about. I'm sure we'll talk plenty of NBA. And then, Giants season upcoming, A's season upcoming. We'll talk some NFL draft and stuff like that. We'll still have plenty of bleep to talk about, but the stuff that can be tabled that is not time sensitive, I think we should just hold on to.
Yeah,
for sure.
Given that we were planning to talk A's, we'll get to the A's next week or soon. We're excited.
Who did you promise that
to?
What's up? Who did you promise that to that you're apologizing to?
I just promised it to Instagram. Said we were talking about it. Told the world. Everybody.
And I just want to thank our usuals for checking in, for Peralta and Cooper and Rags and all the homies.
Rags, Coop, Elliot, Dom, Parker. God bless you.
Love it. Appreciate it. Heat check. Humm Daddies. Holla.
Peace.
Love you, boys.